What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I alluded to this a little bit in the Splinterlands TV stream that I posted here, the conversation I had with Darkest Night and Walking Keys, but I thought I'd expand on it a little bit more, and a lot of people don't necessarily go back and watch those full live streams. So the main thing is, I really feel like you shouldn't be spreading yourself around. And what I mean by that is you shouldn't have plots in all different regions. Now, from the beginning, I think the first major land kind of alpha drop that we got, which was at the beginning of this year, like the first town hall of this year, Matt was talking about how you will want to be a specialist, not a generalist. You don't want to have just plots all about, right? But you want to be specializing in a certain area and in a certain type of resource, specifically so that you will be able to, mine it, refine it, whatever you need to do with it, and then trade that out for anything else that you need. You want to be a specialist. So a big part of that was the way that land is designed. You want to have plots that are close by to one another. And while not all plots right next to one another are necessarily the same thing, obviously sometimes there's a river running through a certain area or a lake in the middle of a forest. At the end of the day, you want to have mostly or all, if you can, of the same thing. So generally, the idea is that you stay in the same area and have all your plots. Now, the other part of that is something that we actually got in the white paper. So the transportation fee, which is going to apply now, right? This is originally for Land 2.0, but obviously with Land 1.5, we will have a couple of resources, not the 50 plus. But with grain, actually grain is really the only resource that matters here because the Secret of Pretoria research tokens are not transferable. And SPS, I mean, that doesn't really go into a region-specific thing. But if you want to transfer to yourself between two plots that are in different regions, you will pay a 12.5% fee on that transfer. Now that grain is burned, so it's not like it's going, it's going to someone or going to the team or anything. It's just a tax on the system, essentially, so that it's incentivizing you to have all of your plots in the same region, to build your land business, your digital real estate business in the same region. Now here we are with the latest alpha drop, and that is on the research tokens. Now, research tokens, there's still so much in the air, but with the most recent town square, the wording that we got from Aggie and Weirdbeard on that was that research tokens are going to be used as a way to gate things in the future. Now, when you think about literally every other game out there, and when it comes to research, what does research usually do? Well, it unlocks different types of technologies, different types of maybe buildings. So when we apply that to, Secret of Pretoria and to what we know is coming out with Land 2.0 and beyond, there might be buildings that you can't build. There might be, resources that you can't mine for or refine potentially, right? There might be different things that you won't be able to do specifically with your land plot if you have not unlocked a certain amount of research. So this seems to me to be something that's actually going to be quite essential. But we'll get into research tokens at a later point. The thing here is that you will be gated on that, on your plots by the amount of research tokens you have, and they will be grouped by the region you're in. So if you have a single plot in a different area, or you have a couple of plots all over the place, you may not be able to get all of the different things. That's what it means, or at least that's my understanding of what gating is. So from the get-go, we've been told that having all of your plots in the same region is the most ideal way to do it. And now we're seeing the different ways in which you will be disadvantaged if you do not, right? First was with the Secret of Pretoria white paper that came out back in March, right? Talking about the transportation fee. And then here we are talking about research tokens gating things that will come in 2.0 and beyond. So at this rate, my advice to myself, first and foremost, right, as I'm looking around and potentially, getting another plot at some point in the future, is I really don't want to get anything outside of the region that I'm in. But that advice is literally, as I look at it, it's just there's really no other way to put it. It's just, I do believe if we continue, or the further along we go, it's just going to get more and more difficult. There will just be more and more disadvantages. So right now, obviously, there's a couple of things that we know of already, such as the transportation, such as the gating, and we've even speculated further on the gating, on what types of gates there could be. But as land hopefully grows and blossoms into something, beyond our wildest imaginations, that will only continue to become a disadvantage. So as I'm here and I think about Splinterlands long term, like I think a lot of other folks do, it's like imperative to me that if I do go for land in another region, it has to be for a very specific purpose. It has to be maybe I'm flipping it. Maybe I only care about the grain. Maybe I only care about whatever. Like I'm not. It's not going to be my home base and where I'm really trying to build things. And I know that I will be at a disadvantage if I ever need something there and cannot transfer it without paying that 12.5% fee, or without doing the getting research tokens in that region specifically. So at the end of the day, this is just a PSA that I'm putting out there because I feel like we're seeing the breadcrumbs being laid out. We were told from the beginning very explicitly, but we're seeing all the little things come out now that are very much incentivizing us to build your land business within the same region. So for all the other people out there thinking long-term about land, figure out where you want to set up your hub and then build accordingly. At least that's what I'll be doing, and hopefully we'll see we'll see how things play out. But that's my thoughts for this video. I'll go ahead and leave it here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.